Hey guys, my name is Wildkard. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. I'd like to thank all my club members who pay real money to support me in my channel. Yes, my coffee is paid by you. I really do appreciate that a lot. 100th test match, All Blacks versus the Springboks. Rugby Championship 2021, played in Townsville. The beautiful hot city of Townsville, New Zealand. And home game for the All Blacks. So this was a historical match for both teams. 100th test. And sure enough, this was a real test match. This was like watching the Rugby World Cup finals. Like super tight game. Super highly contested in every aspect of the game. Every inch, every centimeter seemed to be really critical. It came right down to the wire. And yeah, very intense game right from the beginning. Now, let's go through some key points first, okay? First up, we need to talk about Faf Stupid Clerk, okay? What is wrong with this guy? Like, the Springboks could have won this game, okay? Could have won this game. In the second half, with the last about 10 minutes, Springboks had dominance in territory. They could easily close out the game, okay? And Fat Stupid Clerk, he kicked the ball away again and again inside the All Blacks half, like literally like 25 meters out from the try line. You could have gone for a drop goal or anything, or just like force the penalty and squeeze yourself in for 3 points. Nah, kicks the ball away, and he's just like, I'm literally like pulling my hair out watching Fat the Clerk again and again, throwing away possession inside the All Blacks half. Sure, if you do that like once or twice in the game to shuffle up the to change up the pace, to shuffle up the strategies, to make it a little bit unpredictable, that's understandable. But like doing it again and again, and when you're like in such a close match, you're literally like not gonna get an opportunity outside of the All Blacks 22 that much, and there's like 3 minutes left on the clock, and this idiot kicks the freaking ball away. Like, I could not, my freaking brain came out of my ears when I saw that, man. I could not believe how stupid this was. Like, what is going on? Jaco Johan, what are you doing? I like, did you take the brain out of that blonde? I know he's blonde. I didn't think he was that stupid. My God, that was so bad. He could have gone for a drop goal. Literally 3 minutes left on the clock. They really needed to close out this game. They were 1 point ahead, and they wanted to keep territory so the All Blacks can't get an opportunity to kick for 3, right? And that's one thing. Secondly, they're in a position to force a penalty, to put some pressure on, and to secure another 3 points, to put themselves 4 points ahead instead of just being 1 point. Faf de Klerk gets the ball after like 3 phases, maybe 4, high ball out into the All Blacks 22, and guess what? The ball went loose, goes everywhere. The ball has been loose all over the place. Like, the high balls hasn't been paying off for South Africa for the entire game. So why you keep doing it? It hasn't paid off once in the beginning of the game with George Bridge. I told you he's going to be bad, didn't I? George Bridge dropped the ball and you scored a try, and that's it. That's the only mistake the All Blacks made from the high ball. And then you kept trying it, especially in a time like this, where you just need to run down the clock, you just need to keep possession, and maybe get a drop goal, maybe get another 3 on the board to close out the game. Faf de Klerk kicks it away, okay? So he high balls in. Just like the other 999 balls he did this game, except for the one at the beginning. The ball went scrappy, no one got the ball, and the ball was loose on the ground. Hoskins Sotutu just soccer kicked the ball down the field, right? And he rolled inside the All Blacks, the Springboks 22. One of the All Blacks players was chasing, so Willie LaRue had to kick the ball out just outside of the Springbok 22. Suddenly, they lost 50 meters from this stupid freaking kick by Faf de Klerk. And that led to the All Blacks as an attacking opportunity inside the Springboks 20, like just outside the Springboks 22. And then, like a few minutes later, sure enough, Springbok tried to run the ball out again, tried to redo all the stupid hard work they've done. Eventually, got to about the 40-meter line. All Blacks got a penalty. Jordy Barrett slots this one, gets the All Blacks back in ahead, 19 points to 17 to close out the game. They were so dumb, so stupid. The Springboks could easily close this one out. And oh my god, like, I know he's blonde. I know he's a bit of a faff. Okay, I did not think that he would be this stupid. Oh my god. If you're a Springbok fan, you will be furious about that. Like, I'm furious. I'm a neutral. I'm furious, and I couldn't believe how stupid that was. Good news for the All Blacks. So yeah, so stupid blondie Faf de Klerk, throw that one away. Some other stupid things happened to the Springbok camp. Pollard missed a bunch of tackles again, which was partly led to one of the tries. To the, I think there's only one try. To the one try, partly to, anyway. So the Springboks defense was really bad. Poor tackling, which led to one of the tries at the beginning for the All Blacks. And overall, really poor tackle count for the Springboks in the first half. But they did pick up in the second half. George Bridge, I told you he was not going to be bad. I told you right from the start, about a few minutes in. The one time the high ball actually worked, went to George Bridge. He spazzed in the air. And then he dropped the ball, and Nkusi gets the ball and scores like an easy freebie for the Springboks at the start of the game. A lot of handling errors for the All Blacks, but I think they can improve that. Much better kicking game for the All Blacks, pretty much than the Springboks. Pretty much like, other than the stupid high ball the Springboks keep trying to do that makes them look like they're doing something, but the All Blacks kicking game has like much more clinical, much more effective, and yeah, overall much better. Nice kicking game, Springboks. Anyway, so the overall stats before we get into the breakdown. 378 run meters, 236. So just to give you an idea how stupid the South African strategy was in the first half, right? By half time, the All Blacks run meters was 220 at half time, and the Springboks had 69 run meters. Pretty sure Will Jordan ran like 69 meters in the first half by himself. Okay? So the whole team of South Africa combined was 69 run meters in the first half. And then, so the turnovers conceded, the All Blacks, oh my god, 23-8. Like, the Springboks really did a good work in the breakdown. Huaga Smith, especially, just absolute workhorse. He's been like one of the better changes out of the Springboks game. Like, who? God, just get rid of the Klerk. Oh god. Anyway, and then yeah, Faf de Klerk probably should be dropped, or maybe get rid of the coach. Jaco Johan needs to find someone else to take over his position, because yeah, Jax. I can't even say his last name. Yeah, like this is awful strategy. Like I can't believe how stupid that was. Anyway, tackles made. Okay, tackles. 84 tackles, 14 missed tackles. Springboks 98 tackles, 23. Not good, but it actually was really bad at halftime. Okay, halftime. There was only 51 tackles made by the Springboks, and they already missed 17 tackles at halftime. So the tackle count really like got better in the second half, but it was really poor for the Springboks. And Henry Pollard, he missed the conversion for the first try, and that turned out to be a really critical conversion that they needed. It wasn't that big of an angle; it's a little bit of an angle. It wasn't like right on the sideline. But it was, it was close to the sideline. It was a bit of difficult kick. But turns out that's the 2-point difference. But other than that, pretty good kicking from Pollard. Again, his tackling was still really bad. Lineouts lost. 4 lineout loss with the All Blacks. The Springboks was destroying the All Blacks lineout left and right. It was 1 lineout loss each at halftime. And the second half, the Springboks really just turned up here. Like, the Springboks really lifted a level in the second half. If it wasn't, like, I feel really bad for the forwards and all the other players in the Springbok team. Like, they really lifted in the second half, got better at tackling. Henry Pollard's kicking got better. Everybody's doing better. And then Faf de Klerk decided to kick all the hard work away like a freaking blonde idiot. God. Fuck. Oh my god, that was so bad. Anyway, penalties conceded. 10 for the All Blacks, 16 to the Springboks. At halftime, the penalty count was 4 to the All Blacks, 7 to the Springboks. So about the same. And then there was also 1 yellow card for against the Springboks for and Kossi tried to go for an intercept, and it was considered deliberate knock on, and there was a yellow card. But luckily, the Springboks only lost 3 points in that. So the All Blacks were not able to capitalize during that yellow card period. They took the 3 points from the initial yellow card penalty, which I thought they should have tried going for a try. And then following that, they were not able to convert any points during the period when he was off the field. So, point summary, yeah, Jordie Barrett was doing the kicking. Don't let the Barrett fool you. Jordie Barrett is still the best Barrett in the family. Bowden did play a lot better this game, to be fair. There was, his attacking was, his attack direction was a little more crisp, more clinical than he did against Argentina. His combination with TJ Perenara seems to be a lot better. And Will Jordan, the greatest, the best winger for the All Blacks, scores the only try. And Kossi is the only one who was able to score a try for South Africa following a George Bridge mistake. I told you George Bridge was bad. And he proved me right like 5 minutes into the game. Anyway, so what else did I want to talk about? Yeah, I think that's pretty much all the key points from the game. Let's go through the overall play of the game. So first up, everybody wants to know, which haka is the great All Blacks going to bring to this game? And I thought they were going to do Kampo or Pango, but then I thought again, if they do Kampo or Kampo this game, and if they lose this one, then what are they going to do the next game? So I thought they might want to save Kampo for the next game, but then it happened. They waited, they did the post, and then I really like this haka as well, because normally All Blacks do this triangle, which I think looked really stupid. Like, everybody's tied up together in this little triangle. And they've been doing that for many years now. I like the old school one, they're all spread out. So they're all like started off in the triangle, and then as the haka started, they're all just like spread out, and I was like, oh yes, they're doing the haka the old way again. It was so good. Like, immediately I got like massive nostalgia hit from them just steady spreading out. Like, oh, that was so good. So much better than the stupid triangle. But anyway, they're all spread out, and then they did the haka, they walked through the post, and then they went, and then I was like, oh my god, it's the Kampo Pango. They haven't done it for like, what, 2 years now? Did they do it against Argentina after they lost last year? I don't remember. I don't think they haven't done Kampo Pango. They certainly haven't done it against Australia for a couple of years now. So the last time I remember they did it was against England in the Rugby World Cup. So I was like, damn, this boy still remember how to do this haka. And then, yeah, it was just like absolutely awesome. TJ Perenara leading it. It was spine tingling stuff. It was really, really good. And then after the haka, the game started. And like literally, the game started, like both teams were just sprinting. Like, it was like, imagine like running a marathon and then people just like sprinting off the blocks. Like, that's literally what happened. Like, people, they were going furious, 150%. The ball, like, there was a lot of kicking back and forward, and people just sprinting up and down the field. And then when the ball goes out, just quick lineouts. Ball goes out again, quick lineouts. For about 2 minutes, it was just like constant sprinting. Oh my god, it was so intense, right? And eventually, it was literally like watching one of those UFC fights where two fighters comes out and they just like swing at each other and to see who's gonna land the first knockout. And that's basically what was happening. And eventually, bang! The All Blacks landed like a nice uppercut, right? Or like maybe overhand right, bang! Straight on the jaw of the South Africans. It was Cody Taylor gets the like I said, the most informed hooker in the world, gets the ball. He slips a tackle from Ibn Isbeth, and then he slips another tackle from who do I have here? So he slips from Isbeth, slips a tackle from Diego, and the Polar came up, slipped again. He didn't even touch him, and then he's run through a huge gap, makes through, and then and then eventually I think Villaroo came up to try to tackle him. He finds Jordan out wide, 7 points to nil, 2 minutes in. I was like, wow, that looks so easy. And the Springboks like literally just missed 3 tackles. So I was like, this could be a blowout for the All Blacks. But like, sure enough, the Springboks would not go down with a fight, especially against the All Blacks. Right away, Springboks fights back, gets back inside the All Blacks half. This is the one and only time this high ball worked for the entire game. They put up a high ball up from just outside the All Blacks 22, straight into the All Blacks 22. And George Bridge, he had a pretty terrible game this game. Again, like he literally could not catch high balls at all. So Jordy Barrett had to cover him to make sure that he doesn't get the high ball. So Jordy Barrett was there to catch all the high balls. But this is the one he was there to catch it, and he knocks it on. And then the Springbok chaser, Nkosi, gets there, goes in for an easy try. 100 Pollard missed this one, 7 points to 5. However, so a few minutes in, 8 minutes into the game, there was a first scrum. The All Blacks looked like they had a bit of a dominance in the scrum at the beginning, but that was largely a bit just misleading. Like, it looked like, but yeah, just technically, they got penalized a lot, especially Joe Moody. Maybe he was just being a bit rusty by the referee for just being like technical issues, like pushing a little bit too early, like closing the gap a little bit too early, not pushing it straight, going in at an angle, just little things like that. Despite having seemingly the dominant scrum for the All Blacks, they got penalized a lot in the breakdown, in the scrum. So 10 minutes into the game, there was a line out for the Springboks, and the All Blacks got short on penalty for closing the gap before the ball even came in. So the Springboks goes, all right, what are we going to do? Put a high board in, this free kick. So Pollard puts a high board in, and Ritalik did a Matt Phillip, stepped sideways to take out the Springbok chaser, and then penalty. So this was a kickable range. 100 Pollard slots this one, 7 points today. Springboks gets back in front. And then 3 minutes later on the 13th minute, Joe Moody gets penalized for playing the ball on the ground. 43 meters out, 100 Pollard slots this one. And then Springboks pulls ahead 7 points to 11. Another 3 points on the ball for the Springboks. 15 minutes in, 100 Pollard penalized for not rolling away. Despite Siya Khaleesi working really hard, turning the ball over. And then so this was a kickable game arranged, but the All Blacks opted for the line out. So you can see that the All Blacks wants to go for the jugular to really test the South African defense. So this was a 10-meter line out for the All Blacks. And then the South Africans penalized again for like taking out like going for basically what is it for yeah, but anyway, there was penalized again on the line out. So there was another penalty. So instead of going for 3, All Blacks goes, all right, we're going for another line out. So All Blacks goes for a 5-meter line out, and they're winning for a more. The more gets stopped, and then the ball comes out. All Blacks attacks, and the Springboks gets a tackle and floods over the breakdown. The All Blacks were just way too slow to get breakdown and gets the ball turned over. And that is pretty much what happened to the All Blacks for most of the game, just being a little bit slow at the breakdown. And this is the first one that was really critical, where the All Blacks should have scored points here. And, you know, that lapse in breakdown urgency led to the South Africans getting themselves out of jail on this one. On the 18th minute, another huge scrum. Like, the scrums are absolutely giant boulders colliding into each other. And the All Blacks were going forward, but the All Blacks gets penalized because Joe Moody slips down to his knee. So, yeah, another penalty against the All Blacks for the scrum. So 5 minutes later, on the 23rd minute, Moody gets penalized again in the scrums. Then this was a technical penalty. Like, he gets, it was engagement, and he shuffled his feet before the ball came in. So technically it was early push. Despite it wasn't really going anywhere, he was just kind of maybe just readjusting his balance. So he got a very tough technical penalty. So another one for Joe Moody. Like I said, Moody, whenever he decides to get out of the kitchen, get on the field, you're playing against the Springboks, mate. But anyway, 24th minute, there was a line out. There was an illegal challenge against the Springboks. So there was more penalties given away by the Springboks in the line out time, so the All Blacks were able to get in the front foot again. So on the 29th minute, the All Blacks finally found some space following a scrum. They just like slipped through again, few missed tackles from the Springboks, and they managed to run their way into the Springboks half. And straight away, the Springboks are scrambling back for defense, penalty for offside. So the Beauden Barrett tried for a crossfield kick, but that didn't pay. Just went a little bit too far, didn't really pay off. But then they go back for the penalty. This was right in front. Jordy Barrett slots this one. All Blacks pulls back 10 points to 11 on the 29th minute. On the 31st minute, the Pollard kickoff overcooked it. Right for the kickoff. Yeah, straight on the kickoff. Pollard kicks straight out. So accuracy from Pollard is, other than kicking, is really off for every other part of the game. On the 32nd minute, Faf de Klerk is offside. So this, again, was inside the 22 for the All Blacks. Could have kicked for 3, but they go for a line out. So All Blacks has a 15-meter line out. So the Box steals this one, but as soon as it steals it, it was a knock-on. So it was a bit of a mess. Everybody was juggling the ball, knock-on. So All Blacks gets out of jail. They get a scrum opportunity. So All Blacks gets the scrum, pretty good position to attack, gets the ball out, tries to spit it out wide, and Nkosi, so the All Blacks had a few phases. There was a bit of overlap out wide, and All Blacks sees it and tries to spit it out wide. Nkosi comes back in, deliberate knock on. Could have been a penalty try, but the referee said they can't. There was an overlap, but they can't guarantee that it's going to be a try because it's still like quite far, like almost 15-20 meters out. So Nkosi gets a yellow card on the 34th minute for deliberate knock on. So this was pretty good opportunity for the All Blacks. I thought to go for it because they've been trying to they're trying to put on pressure to score tries for a while now. They should keep going. Now that they got the yellow card, they should have kept going. But now All Blacks opt for 3, 13 points to 11, and that is basically the halftime score. So for the next 6 minutes, the All Blacks were not able to capitalize despite having one man in the bin, and it was a little bit like uncharacteristic for the All Blacks. A lot of handling errors, just like Rico Giovanni drop ball, Will Jordan I think dropped ball, Jordy Barrett dropped the ball, like Hoskins Tutu, Patrick Tutu, Patrick Tupalutu dropped the ball. Everybody was dropping the ball, just like handling errors, left and right. So halftime, the All Blacks, despite having one man in the bin for about 6 minutes, not able to convert any points. Second half starts, and also first half as well. A lot of high balls into the All Blacks half, and not able to get any points outside the first one. Really stupid strategy, in my opinion. Probably just going like, you better off doing a drop goal. Like honestly, it was just so dumb. Anyway, especially if it doesn't work, and especially when the All Blacks can see it coming again and again, like they're prepared for it again and again and again, and they just keep going for like, if you do it like once when they're unsuspecting, but no, anyway, I'm just repeating myself here. Halftime, something like, so halftime, there was 10 kicking for the All Blacks and 20 for the Springboks. Did we look at the kicking stats for the full match? I think we missed the kicking. 38 kicks for the Springboks, 18 for the All Blacks. So despite having half the kicking, the All Blacks was way better executed in the kicking game. Anyway, second half starts. Back-to-back penalty leads to the All Blacks. Leads to the All Blacks getting a 5-meter line out. And at this point, the All Blacks really want to get a try in with whilst Nkosi is still in the yellow card. So 42nd minute, and the South Africans started bringing on the fresh front rowers to replace. They brought in, I think, the hooker and Kitov. So Kitov and Marks were on, and then 5-meter line out for the All Blacks. This should be a try. Box steals the line out. But anyway, there was a bunch of knock-ons following that, but still the All Blacks lost opportunity. But eventually the All Blacks gets another opportunity on a minute later. The Springboks return kick only went to about 22 meters. The All Blacks gets another 22-meter line out. So the line out comes in, Diego offside. So All Blacks try to run a few phases, didn't get anywhere. So they had a penalty again. Could have gone for 3. No, All Blacks says we still got time to make another play against 14 men. Kicks the ball off of another 5-meter line out. And then they set up more, and the Springbok just pushed the All Black more out. And so for the entire duration of the 10 minutes, outside the initial penalty, which the All Blacks opted for 3, no points were awarded for the All Blacks for the yellow card. So really well managed for the Springboks during that period. On the 47th minute, Faf does another high ball into the 22. George Bridge can't take, but the but the Georgia Bulldogs can't take, but the Springboks will penalize for, I think, for offside. So yeah, again, I don't get it, what's going on. On the 48th minute, so for the next about 10 minutes or so, there was a lot of handling error for All Blacks again. Drop balls, I had it here. This is where Jordie Barrett dropped the ball. There were small mistakes for the All Blacks all over the place. The breakdown was not that great for the All Blacks. Wildkard Smith were able to get into the breakdown, turning over a lot of the balls, disrupting the breakdown a lot. So this breakdown defense was a little bit poor for the All Blacks as well. 100 Pollard, again, missed a bunch of tackles, including one against Will Jordan, which looked a bit dangerous. And Wildkard Smith, man, really high work rate, breakdown, hard running, just Superman effort. All around again. I really gave the Springboks that boost that they needed to get into the front foot, to get in over the advantage line in a lot of the situations, to get that quick ball especially. On the 56th minute, finally, there was a penalty for offside right in front, 40 meters out for the Springboks. 100 Pollard slots this one. Springboks back in front, 13 points to 14. So a couple minutes later, D-Mac gets on the field. On the 58th minute, D-Mac gets on the field. You wouldn't believe who D-Mac came on the field for. He came on the field for Will Jordan. I thought surely he would have come on for George Bridge, having absolutely no idea how to catch high balls for the entire game. But he came on for Will Jordan. Maybe Jordan is injured? I'm not sure. Let me know what's happening. I'm not sure what's happening there. So D-Mac gets on for Will Jordan. Really, really weird. As the game starts tightening up. On the 62nd minute, there was a lot of good attacking from a line-out position for the All Blacks once again. And David Havili dropped the ball from the first phase. Like inside the Springboks half. On the 65th minute, big scrum again. And this time, the Springboks has all their full, not full, half of their, I think half, maybe the full reserves. Oh yeah, this time, Koch is back on the field. It's on the field finally. Big scrum for the Springboks. Penalty. Yeah, so penalty for the Springboks. So Springboks were just like really huge. Started like in the first half, the All Blacks may have a little bit of a advantage, but not really capitalizing on that due to like small silly penalties. But now the Springboks scrum really started to dominate. So Springboks kicks the ball out for a 22-meter line out. They go for a more, and the All Blacks gets penalized offside from the following the more. So the Springboks takes a 3, 16 points to 17. Oh yeah, sorry, hang on, we missed one. So when D-Mac came on the field for Will Jordan, the Springboks got caught offside. So Jordie Barrett was right in front, kicks the one. So All Blacks 16 points to 14 on 58th minute. So on the 65th minute, following this whole penalty from the scrum, the Springboks gets a line out, and then All Blacks offside, just outside their own 22. Springboks kicks this one, gets back in front, 16 points to 17 with 15 minutes left on the clock. 71st minute, once again, huge scrum for the Springboks. Another penalty. Just absolutely monumental effort from Kitsoff and Vincent Koch. So they kick the ball out for a 40-meter line out for the Springboks. So Springboks, you know, I can sort of understand if you're trying to go for a high ball from your halfway point to just south of the 22. Like that, I can understand. So the fact the clerk did that, which did yield really good results. The Springboks were able to get the ball back just outside of All Blacks 22 in a dominant position in attack. So Springboks were attacking. And then on the 75th minute, they're just like literally, you're thinking there's about 5 minutes left. Just force a penalty here. You need a penalty to get yourself in front, so the All Blacks has to score. Try to win this. And then also the fact that there's 5 minutes left, you want to keep the ball inside the New Zealand half and just keep them pinged so they don't have an opportunity to attack, to run the clock down a little bit. Maybe even a drop goal if you can't force a penalty. So after about 4 phases, Faf de Klerk gets the ball. He puts another high bomb in. And at this point, I just lost my shit. Like I was just like, oh, what the are you doing, mate? Like, what are you doing? 5 minutes left. So sure enough, this bomb did not pay off for the Springboks. You kind of went loose like all the other balls has been throughout the entire game. So he really hasn't got the South Africans, without Chesil and Kobe, those high balls hasn't been clean at all for the Springboks. So they kicked the high ball. The forwards try to flood the breakdown to get the ball back, but no, the ball kind of goes loose, pops loose out in the New Zealand half, and Hoskins Sotutu soccer kicks the ball down the field for 15 meters. You did think that Sotutu was going to be that good of a kicker, but he's an amazing kicker. Right into the Springboks 22, scrambling back is Villaroo, gets the ball inside their own 22, has someone chasing him, kicks the ball out. All Blacks line out just outside the Springboks 22. Beautiful kick, Faf. So this now suddenly things are, suddenly All Blacks is a 22 line out. But the Springbok forwards, once again, amazing effort, steals the line out. Like, I feel really bad for the forward. Like, they worked so hard for the entire game, only for Faf to kick the stupid ball away. Ah, my God, I'm so angry from that. On the 76th minute, so they steals the line out. The South Africans tries to run the ball out. They got to about 40-meter line near the sideline. Quinn Tupaea, who just came on the field for the All Blacks, gets the breakdown. He's outside. I think came on for Havili. Gets maybe Rico, but I'm not too sure. He gets in the breakdown, seals over the ball. South Africa penalized for not releasing. Huge penalty. 40 meters out, 5 meters in from the sideline. Geordie, the freak Barrett, slots this one in like slight inches in from the post. Just gets, I thought it was going to hit the post. It just scraped the post in. The ball may even have touched the post. That's how close it was. It goes straight in. 19 points to 17. Now the Springboks, it's in the back foot. Now they wish they had that ball just outside the All Blacks 22 for a drop goal. But, you know. So for the next 4 minutes, the Springboks were trying to run the ball. Again, they were trying to do some high balls. At this point, Faf de Klerk's off the field. So it's Hershey Yangshi's doing the high balls. But they were kind of like honestly, with the South Africans running the ball, they were able to get over the advantage line. They were able to get quick balls, and they were able to put pressure on the All Blacks, but then they just kicked away. Like 2 phases, they highballed away. The All Blacks just like, yep, we'll take the ball and we'll just punt it back down into your 22, and we'll make sure you run for your own half. So eventually the clock runs out. South Africa gets really desperate. Had one last chance to run the ball in. South Africa was attacking just inside the New Zealand 50, hoping for a penalty. Francois Stein is on the field, ready for the long-range kick. South Africa knock on. All Black gets the ball, kicks it out. Game over. And that's the way the cookie crumbles. So, another game where I think the Springboks could have won if they managed the game a little bit better. This high ball kicking strategy is just so bad. Like, the strategy itself, like kicking high balls when done properly, is not bad. It's not really that bad of a strategy. It's really bad given the circumstance that the Springboks was in, and it's really bad given the way that they've been executing it. So, yeah, Jacko Johan, something needs to be done here. You need to get rid of your puppet, Jax. Jax, yeah, you need to get rid of him. Or maybe if it is your idea, you need to front up and fix it. Because the way Faf de Klerk kicking those high bombs into the 22 was just like a complete waste of time. Like, it was just literally like so predictable. You see it coming, and then you just like the All Blacks outside the first one, the All Blacks just prepare for it. Like, maybe Faf could try to like grab a kick behind into the to get like a 5 meter line out, a defensive line out against the All Blacks, especially when the Springboks were having like the line out dominance over the All Blacks. That could have been a better option, especially if he could like switch it up a little bit, but just keeps going for those high balls into the 22. The All Blacks just goes mark. If they can't get a mark, the Springboks weren't able to put enough pressure to challenge to the ball anyway. So I don't know why they keep going it. It was so frustrating to watch. I can't imagine being a Springbok fan watching that. That would have been so painful. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching this video. I'll see you guys a little bit later for the Wallabies game, and cheers.